Hello, Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Today we bring you an important update about a player who was once a key piece for our team, James Washington. This receiver, whom many of you fondly remember, has been released by the Atlanta Falcons, ending his latest attempt to revive his NFL career. James Washington, now 28 years old, has had a tough road in recent years. After a promising college career at Oklahoma State University, where he stood out for his speed and receiving skills, he was selected by the Steelers in the second round of the 2018 NFL Draft. Over his 4 seasons in Pittsburgh, Washington accumulated 1,629 yards and scored 11 touchdowns, proving to be a valuable player for the team. His best season came in 2019, when he connected with his former college teammate, quarterback Mason Rudolph. Together, they developed a special chemistry that led Washington to record 80 receptions, 735 yards, and 3 touchdowns that year. It was a season where Steelers fans truly saw Washington's potential and what he could bring to the team. However, after his rookie contract expired in 2022, James Washington decided to sign with the Dallas Cowboys as a free agent. Unfortunately, injuries began to significantly impact his career. During his time with the Cowboys, he could only participate in 2 games before injuries sidelined him for the rest of the season. It was a tough blow for a player trying to establish himself with a new team. After his time in Dallas, Washington attempted to revive his career by passing through several teams during the 2023 season. He spent time with the New York Giants, the New Orleans Saints, and the Indianapolis Colts, but unfortunately, he didn't appear in a single game with any of those teams. It was a difficult period for Washington, who was struggling to prove that he still had something to offer in the NFL. In one more attempt to return to action, James Washington signed with the Atlanta Falcons on July 29, 2024. With this opportunity, Washington hoped that a change of scenery would allow him to showcase his talent on the field again. However, after 2 preseason games, where he only had 3 chances to catch the ball and failed to secure any, the Falcons decided to release him. This move by the Falcons comes at a time when the Steelers are also looking for reinforcements at the receiver position. Washington's release adds to the recent news about 2 other former Steelers receivers who were also cut, Chase Claypool, who was released by the Buffalo Bills, and Juju Smith-Schuster, who was let go by the New England Patriots. With these departures, the question arises in the minds of many fans: could James Washington have another chance with the Steelers? Although his stint in Atlanta was unsuccessful, his knowledge of Pittsburgh's system and his past experience could make him an interesting option to bolster the team's offense. We'd love to hear what you think, fans. Do you believe Washington deserves another shot with the Steelers? Or is it time for the team to look toward new talents? Leave your comments. Russell Wilson confident Steelers offense will improve despite slow start. The Pittsburgh Steelers offense had a disappointing performance in their 9-3 loss to the Buffalo Bills last Saturday night. However, quarterback Russell Wilson isn't worried. Wilson, who has been leading the team during this preseason, assures that the team's practices have been solid, giving him confidence that the offense will improve. "If our practices weren't as good as they've been, we'd be more concerned," Wilson commented. "We face a great defense every day. Obviously, we played against the Bills on Thursday, in a joint practice, and we did a good job against them that day. They played well tonight, made some plays, but I think the sense of urgency is always high. Even if we had scored 3 or 4 touchdowns, the sense of urgency should still be high." So far, in 2 preseason games, the starting offense has not managed to score any points, which has caused concern among fans. Coach Mike Tomlin believes the main reason for this situation is the lack of effectiveness in key moments and the performance of the offensive line. "We're not winning enough possessions on offense, especially at the beginning of the game, which prevents us from establishing rhythm and developing personality," Tomlin said after Saturday's loss. "When you're not winning in key plays at the start of the game, everything stalls." Tomlin also emphasized the need for the starting offense to score more points, noting that to do so, they need to win key possessions, something the team has yet to achieve. Wilson, who completed 8 of 10 passes for 47 yards in the last game, was sacked 3 times, which affected the offense's rhythm. Although his performance has been difficult to assess due to the team's inefficiencies, Wilson is focused on correcting these issues and improving. "The most important thing is to stay on plan," Wilson commented. "We had too many third-and-long situations in the first 2 series. We did some good things on offense, but at the same time, we need to give ourselves the best possible chance to be successful. And that means having shorter and medium third-down opportunities." Wilson's message is clear. Despite the initial struggles, he's confident the team can find its rhythm and improve, but he knows that hard work will be key to achieving that. Important updates on a potential trade that could impact the team. There are significant developments regarding a potential trade that could have a major impact on the team. The saga of Brandon Ayuk, the standout receiver for the San Francisco 49ers, is unfolding and could determine the future of the Steelers next season. Initially, it seemed almost certain that Brandon Ayuk would join the Pittsburgh Steelers. The trade offer was on the table and negotiations were advanced. However, things took an unexpected turn when the San Francisco 49ers decided to resume contract extension talks with Ayuk. This move has created uncertainty and complicated the potential trade of the star receiver. Despite this complication, the Steelers have a trade agreement ready to go if San Francisco ultimately decides to trade Ayuk. Pittsburgh's offer includes second- and third-round draft picks, but the Steelers have made it clear that they are not willing to include any of their key players in the deal. This approach reflects Pittsburgh's careful strategy to maintain their core strength while attempting to improve their team with Ayuk's addition. Mike Silver, a highly respected journalist in San Francisco, has reported that the 49ers have been actively seeking another team willing to offer a quality receiver in exchange for Ayuk. However, so far they have not found a team that meets their expectations. Due to the lack of suitable offers, the 49ers are seriously considering the possibility of renewing Ayuk's contract if they cannot finalize a satisfactory trade. This situation has led to a sort of stalemate in the negotiations, with both sides in a strategic waiting game. For their part, the Steelers appear ready to close the deal as soon as the opportunity arises. Adding Ayuk would be a significant boost for the team, which is looking to enhance its offense and strengthen its receiving core. However, the 49ers are in a tricky position as they need to find an adequate replacement for Ayuk before they can finalize his departure. At this time, there are no clear indications that a receiver available on the market could fill the void left by Ayuk. As the start of the season approaches, the pressure on the 49ers to make a decision intensifies. If they fail to find a trade that meets their needs or a suitable replacement, they may be forced to keep Ayuk on the team and resume contract extension negotiations. The situation is at a critical point, and any future moves will depend on how negotiations develop in the coming weeks. The Steelers are in a holding pattern, ready to seize any opportunity that arises, while the 49ers face the challenge of balancing their roster needs with the possibility of losing one of their star players. Don't miss any updates on this intriguing case and how it might affect the Pittsburgh Steelers. What do you think about the potential arrival of Brandon Ayuk in Pittsburgh? Leave your comments and don't forget to subscribe for more exclusive news and updates on your favorite team.